All right, it's here, the big day, test day. All that studying, all those hours, it all comes down to this moment. But hey, don't worry, this isn't about some last-minute cram session. This is your game plan. This is your survival guide to walk in there, own it, and walk out feeling good.
And let's be real, right? The pressure can feel huge. Like your entire future is riding on these next few hours. Look, that feeling is totally real, and it's okay to feel that way. But it's also something we can absolutely manage.
No way. Not even close. Just think for a second about every single challenge you've ever overcome. This test, it's just one more thing. You have a perfect 100% track record of surviving tough days. And guess what? Today is not going to be any different.
This right here, this is everything. I want this to be the thought that runs through your head today. This is not about proving you're smart enough or good enough. It's about showing off the skills you've already built. Think of it like this. It's a performance, not a final verdict on who you are.
So before you even pick up that pencil, let's get your head in the game. You know, those first few moments are absolutely crucial. They set the tone for the entire test.
I want you to burn these 3 rules into your brain. They are your mantra. Rushing? That's just a recipe for silly mistakes. Trying to be perfect? It's a total time waster. But being intentional? That's your secret weapon. It means you are in the driver's seat for every single move you make.
Okay, mindset, check. Now, let's open up your toolkit. These are the 4 fundamental moves you're going to use from the very first question all the way to the last.
Think of these as your go-to plays. They're super simple, but crazy effective, and they're going to keep you grounded and in control. So let's break each one down. This is probably the biggest efficiency hack there is. Don't just wander aimlessly through a long passage or a super complicated chart without a mission. No, read the question first. It's like a laser beam. It gives you a target and tells you exactly what you're supposed to be looking for.
Oh, these little words. They are sneaky, and they are specifically designed to trip you up, especially when you're in a hurry. When you see one of these, I want you to physically pause, like actually stop for a second. Take a breath. They can completely flip what a question is asking, and spotting them is a huge advantage.
Okay, this is how you game the system on multiple choice questions. You get to be a detective. Your job isn't to magically pull the right answer out of thin air. Nope. Your job is to spot the fakes, find the wrong ones. Every single answer you can confidently cross out dramatically increases your odds of nailing the question.
I need you to hear me on this one. Skipping is a strategy. It is not quitting. If you hit a question that makes your brain short-circuit, do not, I repeat, do not waste precious minutes fighting it. Star it, skip it, and move on. Go collect those easy points first. It builds momentum, it builds confidence, and you can always circle back later if you have time.
But, what happens when you do hit a wall? Because, let's be honest, it's probably going to happen. So let's have a plan for those questions that just make your brain go completely blank.
You know that feeling, right? You turn the page and bam, there's this giant, intimidating graph or a super long word problem. Your first instinct is probably to go, oh no. But you have a system for this, so there's really no need to panic.
For any chart, any graph, just run this checklist. First, the title. What am I even looking at? Next, the labels on the sides. What are we measuring here? Then, just look for patterns. What's going up? What's going down? Take like 10 seconds to just understand the big picture before you even try to answer the question. Now, what if it's more than just a tricky question? What if you feel that full-on panic starting to creep in where you just can't think straight? When that happens, I want you to remember one number: 5. This is your 5-step emergency reset button. Take one deep breath. Literally put your pencil down for 5 seconds. It breaks that frantic cycle. Then ignore the answers and just reread the question. Give yourself permission to skip it. And most importantly, remind yourself of your own strength. You've definitely handled harder things than this. You've got this. And time's up. Pencils down, you did it, you made it through. But how you handle this next part, it matters just as much as the test itself.
So before your brain starts spinning out and worrying about your score, I want you to stop and ask yourself a totally different question. Right here, right now, in this moment, how do you measure your own success?
See, this is the real scorecard. Success isn't just a number. It's knowing you showed up and you followed your game plan. If you can honestly say yes to these 3 questions, you've already won. Seriously. The outcome doesn't even matter at that point. Whatever score you get back, there's a positive way forward.
If you did great, awesome. Celebrate that hard work. If it didn't go the way you hoped, that's okay too. It's not a verdict on who you are. It's just information. It's a signpost showing you what to work on next. It is not a label. So let's zoom out for the big picture here, because this is maybe the most important part of this whole thing. It is so important that you understand what this test is actually measuring, and way more importantly, what it's not.
Please, please hear this. All this test measures is how well you performed on one specific test on one specific day. That's it. It doesn't measure your creativity, your kindness, your work ethic, or how incredibly smart you truly are. And it sure as heck does not measure your value as a person. You are a complex, interesting, amazing human being made up of a million different experiences and qualities. There's no way a single number could ever capture all of that. Don't you dare let it define you.
And really, that's the bottom line. You faced a challenge today. You didn't run from it, you faced it head on. You showed up, you used your tools, and you gave it your all. That is what matters. So be proud of that, and now, let it go. You've totally earned it.